Hey everyone, mariarekrut here from realwealthrealestate.com, and I'm here with Amanda Renault from Magnetic Publishing. And we're going to talk to you today on behalf of Business Renegades about social media. How important social media is for you. We're going to talk about Facebook in particular. And Amanda, you can tell us why you think Facebook is important, and I'll get into it too.
So Facebook has when you look at lead conversions, Facebook has the highest.
Mhm,
So that means that out of the most advertisements run online, Facebook has the highest success rate.
mhm.
But it's also, it is a big platform and most people are using that platform, especially people who are in their 30s and 40s. The younger generations, they're not as using it as much, but they're still using it.
Mhm.
But it is a giant platform essentially. And basically, you can do everything from it. You can share lives, you can share videos, you can share all different kinds of content. It's not geared towards one type of content. So that's what I like about it. It's kind of versatile. Now, if you're in Canada, you can't share news articles. There are
Yeah,
certain things you can't share.
yeah.
However, you can do lives, you can share reels, videos, posts, some articles,
Mhm.
some things, but it is a pretty versatile platform in terms of connection. But there's also a lot of other issues going on the platforms also. So
I think all platforms are having issues. I was just talking to you about YouTube that they've shut down millions of accounts for one reason or another, whether you're making money or not, they just shut them down. So think about it. If you as a business are relying on YouTube for money, because that's how they hook you, or even Facebook for money, they hook you and then they shut you down. What do you think that does to your business? So never rely on one source. You have to own your information. You have to have a website. And I know you'll agree about this. You have to have your own website where you can send people to. The other thing, too, is you need to start gathering emails because that's the only thing and the only way you'll be able to get in touch with people if they shut you down. Otherwise, you may never be able to get back on the account. I know Facebook shut me down, and Amanda helped me get back on there. But it took me months, and I thought, forget about this. It's so silly, but they don't care. They just do it. It's
they
so
have a lot of AI. And with sometimes
yes,
with the
yes,
AI, there can be errors and there's appeal processes and things like
yes.
that. This is happening across all platforms
It does.
where
Yeah.
accounts are getting hacked or the algorithm picks up something if you have a busy, like I've seen all kinds of strange restrictions or bans put on people. So yeah, social media should always definitely be a secondary income stream. It shouldn't be
Yes.
something that you're reliant on, but it should be used to leverage businesses or
Absolutely.
services, connections,
Yes.
you know, pass content, share content. So I
And
would
I
say
and I use it to find people. So if somebody sends me their name, I'm going to go and check on who they are. And I look through all the social media sites to see if this person has a presence actually. So it is still very important. But your website, they're going to go to your website. I mean, if you name your website, they're going to run there to see what it's all about. It's happening all the time with the websites. And the other thing that I like about this too, Amanda, and you have to learn how to use this, is Facebook. You can have a group page, you can have a business page, you can have a personal page. So it's very diverse. And I thought I like Facebook because of that. So people can see the many faces of who you are. Like I have one Facebook page for my landlord bootcamp. And that's a private page. Only people who signed up for my landlord bootcamp can go in there and read or watch or whatever else I put there just for them. Then I have a business page where nobody else can post except me. And then I have one for my coaching. And then, of course, I have my own business page, right? And then I have other group pages like I know you have yours. So tell us what pages you have on Facebook then, Amanda.
so I have quite a bit of different Facebook pages. So my personal page is actually monetized. And then
Mhm.
I have a buy and sell group, which has about 25,000 active users in there quite
Uh-huh.
daily, which requires quite a bit of time. And I was able to build that up organically just by it being needed in the community. I saw that my community didn't have one that was
Mhm.
really going, so I maintained that. It is a lot of work, but I
Yes.
also have one for my publishing business, my coaching, and then of
Sure.
course
Yeah.
private groups where
Mhm.
these users are subscribed to either coaching or private services
Yes.
in terms of business. So, it's customizable and you can kind of build your audience. And of
Mhm.
course, with Facebook, you also have the subscriber feature where only paid subscribers, even on your main page, can only access the information.
Yes.
So for my private subscribers, they pay 99 cents a month and they see content that the other people on my public profile don't actually see at all.
Yes.
So, a lot of platforms offer a similar model.
Mhm.
Facebook tends to have more options in terms of setting up who can see your content, where,
Mhm.
and I've had more luck with Facebook in terms of platform building and organic
Yes.
building than I have
Yes.
anywhere else.
Me too.
So,
Me too. Yes, I must say that. I mean, like I've got so many groups, and a lot of them are landlord boot camps and landlord, like Canadian Real Estate Investors Association, that I started a number of years ago. And it's a group, open group, public. And the reason I started it is because people weren't getting information. And I thought, well, I have to get on Facebook, you know, to get that information out. And it's funny, Amanda, when I first set it up, I don't know how many years ago, maybe 7 or 8 years ago, I was begging people to join. Now they're begging me to join. I remember I only have 20 people, 30 people. Now I have 17,000 and counting. So it takes time. I mean, that's the other thing too. Everybody thinks they're going to post, they're going to have all these people coming. I was working at it. I was working at it hours and hours every day. Now I won't do that now because I just can't. I have other things to do, like I'm developing courses that you and I are going to be offering. So I have more important things to do. But it
right.
started there. So I understood what people needed because they keep talking, asking the same friggin' questions. And there's some groups, I don't know about you with publishing, you can come in and let us know, but there were groups for landlords that were like 200,000 people joined those groups. But you know what Facebook did? They shut it down. Think about that. They shut that down. I thought, look at all these people. Like I don't know about with you with publishing. Now they have smaller groups. What about you with publishing? Have you found the same thing? They've shut down groups for publishing?
So I've not necessarily, I've seen accounts be removed off of distribution platforms
Okay.
such as KDP or other types of people have
Mhm.
been just shut down, lost all their book titles.
Yeah.
I've
Oh,
seen
yeah.
I've seen things happen. It happens on all different types of platforms. So, if they suspect that there's spam or fraudulent activity or their AI algorithms pick up something going on that's out of kind of the
Mhm.
ordinary, what ends up happening is they just kind of flag that account and then they'll move it down to the lower feed so nobody really sees the
Mhm.
content and
Mhm.
then they start putting the restrictions
Yes.
on.
Yes.
So it's and with mine as well, it says that I'm monetized and all of my stuff is in green, but it still doesn't, my content doesn't earn anything because Canadian content creators don't make anything, not like the USA. So
Yes. Yes.
typically, it's the programs are very different country by country. And so the
Mhm.
guidelines are also different
Mhm.
based on what's allowed in that country. Like here in Canada, we can't post news articles. So if you're
Yes. Yeah.
talking about something for your business and you're using a news article or something, you just can't do
I
that.
know.
So again,
I know. I
You have
remember
what your
because
websites.
yeah, that's the websites, and that's what I found. I said, I can't believe this. This is Canadian news, and I've got the Facebook page is called Real Estate Media News Network,
Hmm.
and I had my YouTube channel called the same thing, and they shut me down, a year ago. And I thought, I can't believe it that I can't even put Canadian news there. So this is see how they stop people from hearing what's really going on. Like they control the news, and they're controlling the news all the time, even now, even the news on YouTube. I mean, all over the place, and many people actually are not even posting in their names anymore. They have other people posting, getting them on there because they were shut down. So it's just all kinds of things going on to circumvent the system. But
Yeah.
guys, do not think that you're a victim. Do never let them think that you're the victim. Always learn from it and go on from there. And that's why the website is important. That's why our show is important and what we suggest to you, because we've been at this, like me, I've been at it since 2011, like posting, and I had my groups like you've had yourself too. But I guess what I was asking though is it's not so much on Amazon where they shut you down, but on Facebook. Have you found any of your own groups being shut down or
They
restricted?
shut stuff down all the time. I've had
Okay.
restrictions on my account.
Mhm.
They want people to pay to play. You want to advertise products and services, while they want you to pay for a campaign. So of
Mhm.
course, certain words, certain keywords,
Mhm.
certain website links, product links, affiliate links, all those things
Uh-huh.
people aren't going to see. They're going to be
Yeah.
automatically flagged as spam, and
Yes.
most people
Yes.
won't see them. So there
Yes.
is a way that you have to learn how to use social media, and that's understanding that it has to be the right content for the right
Mhm.
platform. And that's
Mhm.
where a lot of
Yes.
people will go wrong, or they just
Yes.
don't understand the guidelines or the rules, and they lose accounts. Or sometimes AI can be tricky and it gets
Oh
you for
yes.
silly little
Yes.
things. So that's what kept happening to me.
Mhm.
So that's why these subscription lists are important. Having the content on a backup drive or hard
Mhm.
drive. So
Yes.
if you lose the content, you can go to another platform and simply you have it saved somewhere. You can upload and just start over again. But
Yes.
you wouldn't want to lose hours upon hours of content or words. And that's why for me, what I do in publishing, it's important because then that information can be there forever and it
Yes.
just can't be pulled. So
Yes.
there are certain types of things in business that are forever, right?
Yes.
And like you said, a
Yes.
website,
Evergreen.
books,
Evergreen.
different things.
Yeah, evergreen for sure. For sure. We have to work around the system. So, what kind of advice would you have for a beginner as far as setting up a Facebook page? What do you suggest?
Well, I think first of all, you want to decide who your audience is. Who's this group for? What's the purpose of this group? What are you going to do? Are you going to offer content? Are you going to educate? What's the
Mhm.
goal of the group? The end game of the group? Are you building a community that you're going to convert to sales later on? You kind of got to think about what you're using that page for. Who's going to access it? Is it going to be
Mhm.
open as a public group? Is it going to be open where anybody can post in there?
Mhm.
Thinking
Yes.
about privacy, thinking about your logo. You have to have a cover photo and a logo and
Mhm.
kind of all of these different things, your SEO, setting that up. If people are searching Facebook or whatever platform of social media that you're going to be using, how are they going to find you? What's the purpose of that page, right? And maybe
Yeah.
you don't want people to find you. Maybe you're
Yeah.
going to put the
Sure.
people in there yourself.
Sure.
But you want to always consider, what is the point of this group? Is it going to be file sharing? Is it going to be a community just to chat, a question Q&A place, information forum? And so then you kind of decide what it is from there, and you have to be consistent with it.
For
because
sure.
people will leave the groups if it's not consistent, but they'll also leave the groups if you spam them also.
Oh,
So
yeah.
a
Yeah.
couple posts a day, that's probably enough. And, be consistent, maybe a few times a week. It doesn't have to be every day, all day,
No,
but
no.
balance is good.
Yeah, that used to be me every day, all day long. I don't do that anymore. Actually, you know what I've done is with my landlord, if you go into Ontario Landlords Association, if there's any real estate investors or landlords listening, just go there. I will have to accept you. And you will have to fill out the form so I can include you in my Substack newsletter. But what I've done is I've actually gotten a paralegal that he can post his stuff on there because that's what those people need, right? I mean, I can post whatever I want on there too, but he gives good advice. And then he can also make money with it, because they have to go to him for them to go to court. So
Yeah.
that's what I've done is get other people to post. It doesn't have to be me all the time because it's very, very tiresome, Amanda, as you know, you know, and
Yeah.
you and I are so busy building our own business now with Business Renegades. We're going to be doing great things, everyone. Just wait for us. And you're welcome to join the ride. You're welcome to come to our YouTube channel, Business Renegades, and listen to what we're saying here because we're talking from experience. We've gone through this ourselves. And we're not AI and we're not trying to sell anything, although we're going to have a course that you can purchase, but you've got all the information here. It's just up to you to use it. And I think the hardest thing I find, Amanda, is people don't want to put the effort to even get started. And unfortunately, if you don't put any effort, you'll never get started.
No.
That's the problem. That's part of the problem.
And
So,
that's the thing in business also is you want to be able to connect. Business is people and connection. It's not just sales.
yes,
Sales is people, but you
yes,
have to understand people and connection, and that includes the online piece as well.
mhm, yes,
So
yes,
that's very important in this day and age because after things change, the business world has changed dramatically in the last decade. And so people are
yes.
really looking for connection and businesses
Mhm,
and people they can
mhm,
trust and collaborate with. So I
yes,
think that's what's different. And I think even
yes.
the online world is sort of demanding that now.
Yeah, which it didn't years ago. I mean, myself, I pretty much ran my own business by myself and everything. But now you and I are collaborating because I see how important that is too. So I always go, I belong to many organizations. I was on many boards of directors and all of that. So I was always out there networking and, collaborating with people. But I haven't gone as deep in collaboration with anyone as I have with you, Amanda. And it's been great, because we both think the same way. I mean, we've so many years difference, but it's unbelievable how we think about it and we mesh really well. That's the other thing, guys. If you're going to do business with someone, make sure you like them and you have similar philosophies and that you're both successful. Because Amanda is very successful in her publishing field. I'm very successful in my real estate field. So we don't take each other's business because I have nothing to do publishing. I don't want to learn how to become a publisher, although I did sign up. I got an ISBN number as a publishing house. Fooey, fooey. It's too much work for me. And just like you, I mean, I can help you with real estate, but you're not interested in becoming a real estate investor. So we have our businesses and then we have the business together. And even with our business together, like I was saying to Amanda, is that I have found a great program that I'm building a course for Business Renegades. But I also said, so we have the one course Business Renegades, but also Amanda will have her course for publishing. I will have my course for real estate investing. So you see how it works? We work together. We throw ideas between each other. Then we have that common business together, and then we build our own businesses. So that's the best way to do it. Because if somebody's going to wait for you to build the business and they have no business, they don't even know what they're doing, that's a no-win. You've got to have people who have their own business. They've been in it for a number of years, very successful. They've gone through the grind, which you and I go all the time. It never stops. But then when we come together, we kind of have a joyful time together, building Business Renegades.
Yeah. Exactly. And
Real
that's what it
conversation.
is too. You've got to have fun. It's got to
Yeah,
be a little bit of fun in there because if it's all work, and like you said, with social media, it's very
yes.
demanding, it's
Oh,
very
yes.
exhausting, and it's very
Yes.
conditioning. It's
Yes.
easy to jump up to that phone when it goes ting, 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 ting.
Yeah.
So with business, that phone is always going to be going, and you still
Yes.
have to learn to maintain yourself, your social media platforms,
Mhm.
and the relationships around you, whether they're collaborations, partnerships, friendships or groups
Children,
on Facebook.
children.
It's a
Yeah.
lot. And I think
Yeah,
people, when
it
they get
is.
into business, they don't realize how much
No.
connection and networking it really is. So,
And
that's
how
why
much,
you just got to find the right people.
yeah, and how much time it takes. Like, for instance, I was working on the course for us last night. I find the best time for me to write or do anything in the way of courses or learning things, it's either very early in the morning or late at night. So I may fall asleep. I may go to bed, eat, and fall asleep. Then I wake up. I think, oh, I want to go. And that's what I did last night. I went on the computer. I was working on our course, and it was coming on really nicely. I thought, oh, this is pretty easy, because like what I find with me, I love to figure things out. Okay, I think you're the same, right? And at first, it doesn't make any sense, and then I watch it on YouTube to get some ideas. Then I go back, and then I just try. I don't necessarily always watch all the videos to learn. I learn by doing. And I've been like that since I was a child, I think. I don't know if you're the same or not, but I learned by doing. And so I went on this app that I used to build our course. And I think I did 10 chapters, like in one sitting. And I thought, oh my God, I didn't realize it was so easy, but you have to put the things together. And sometimes with me, I don't know about you, but sometimes I may start something and it's too complicated, so I let it go, but my mind is working on it. That I may come back a week or 2 weeks or a month, and then I look at it again and it starts to make sense. I don't know how you do, but that's how I do it. If I can't do something and I'm trying, it doesn't make sense, I walk away and leave it, forget about it. Then I go back a month later, whatever, like I did for this course. And I think, oh, okay. See, that was easy, but a
Hmm.
month ago wasn't easy. I don't know how, is that how you do it too, or what do you do?
Yeah, you know what? If I, and it's the practice of the pause, right? If something's not working and it's just causing a reaction and
Yes.
negative feeling, emotion, take the pause. Take the time to, get calm, get right. Maybe you want to go for a walk, whatever it is, especially in business, because business is balance.
Yes.
And if
Yes, it
it's not,
is.
if something is not balanced in
Mm-hmm.
any aspect of your life, your business will pay for that.
Yes, it
And
will.
it's not just monetarily.
No,
It's money
no.
too, but in
Yeah.
other ways. And
Yeah.
so, when it comes down to practicing a pause and then trying to learn a new skill, sometimes you're just not ready. You're too tired.
Yeah.
Maybe it's too hot. Maybe you've got too much on your mind. And I always find, okay, I'm going to go take a break, work on something else, and then go back to it. Or what I do is then I do a little bit more research on it and then I go back to it.
Exactly.
So then
Exactly.
things start making more sense because you can't just pick something up and be great at it.
No,
And
and I think that's
that,
what people think they're going to, right? Just because, you know why though? Because it's kind of the job mentality is that they put you in a job that you know what to do, or they teach you, train you within 2 days, and you're good at it. Well, business is not that way. I mean, there's so many parts to it. I mean, if you think about how much you and I have learned all these years, you know, with business, I mean, my God, I mean, even now with AI, look how much it's changed already. Like I started with ChatGPT in 2022, and I thought that was the best thing there was, but I could see it was lagging behind in many respects. And now they're catching up. You can do so much more with Grok, Claude, ChatGPT, or whatever it is over there, right? Plus, there's other programs that you can get into. Think about how quickly it's gone, and how quickly it becomes your best friend.
yeah.
Because because when I was starting to, because I'm starting to write a book, as I was telling you, right? And I went in there and I started asking questions because I needed to put things in order. It did it all for me. They said, "Would you like me to do this?" I said, "Hell yes, go right ahead and do it." They didn't do that before, you know? It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable what you can do now.
It is amazing what you can do. And, that's the thing is in business, when you look at the amount of hours that it takes to become apprentice, a journeyman,
Yes,
a master, we're talking
yes,
thousands of hours. So you
yes,
can't just go into any type of business or on any type of platform and expect that you're going to become an overnight sensation or your post is going to go viral or your business is going to make $1 million the first year. And when we teach that, we teach something called SMART goals, and one of the components of that is realism. And be able to
yeah,
look at, okay, are my goals realistic? Are the expectations, I've set for my business, are they realistic? You know,
yes,
and
yes,
that's comes down to if you've done your market research in the beginning, you'll know what those profit numbers should be, what those
exactly.
numbers should look like. And if you're feeling a true need for your customers or your audience, even on social media, if you're feeling the need for that audience, then you've got something. People
Exactly.
people really they just want to be heard, they want to be seen, and when they're looking for products and services, they want people they can trust who are solving problems, real
Yeah.
problems. So if you can nail those and you
Mhm.
can nail all the other little things in between, and you can do that in a timely manner, and you have
Mhm.
the patience and you really
Mhm.
want to become an expert in something, you can. But
Sure you can.
you just got to be willing to invest the time to learn, to grow, and to,
Yes,
produce, create.
yes, yes. And even just listening to our show. I mean, I
Exactly.
keep telling
Exactly.
people, I would like, they say, I'd like to go and learn a business. I'd like to start it. I said, well, then go on our YouTube channel. We go right into it. Like we're developing our own business together. We're doing it right now and we're talking about it. What do you think, building a business is? It's a step-by-step process. So last night, or yesterday, we were talking about where we can post more of our information. And we already came up with ideas with Reddit. Remember, we were talking about Reddit, TikTok, and Blue Sky, like all these other social media sites that a lot of people don't know about. And that's what's good. I mean, Amanda doesn't know much about Reddit. I've been posting on Reddit, but it's kind of fishy. But it doesn't matter. I don't mean fishy that it's not good. It's just that you need to understand the rules. So any social media site you go on, you have to understand the rules, and that takes time. And you can make mistakes, and they can shut you down, and whatever else they're going to do. Get accustomed to it. Get accustomed that anybody wants to listen to you or doesn't want to have you part of the group. I mean, get accustomed to rejection. I think that's the most important thing, whether it's through your Facebook page or whatever it is, you send out emails. I remember when I was sending out my newsletters, Amanda, from Substack, I was really downhearted when somebody said they decided not to stay with the newsletter. And I said, well, everything is there that you need as a landlord. So, so they got off the newsletter. But no, I don't care. You want to stay on it? Great. You don't want to stay on it? Who cares? Because there's somebody else who's coming on it. That just found you by accident and they subscribe, right?
Yeah,
So
and you're
you can't
gonna
take it
have that
personally.
everywhere.
Yeah,
You're gonna
exactly.
have that with everything. You're gonna lose customers and you're gonna gain customers.
Exactly.
You hope that you don't, but sometimes people, their needs change as a consumer.
Exactly.
They reach a different
Exactly.
age, their goals change, their
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
circumstance, and they can't afford that product or
Yeah.
service anymore.
Exactly.
And it's not even
Exactly.
really always about you. You never know what somebody's dealing with. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're always going to have somebody criticizing your product or your
Sure.
service or something that
Sure.
you're doing, there's always going to be competition. These
Oh.
are and criticism,
Yeah.
that's the name of the game. And I think that especially if you're new in business, you just have to find what your why is, your passion, who you want to serve and why you want to serve them, and focus
Mm-hmm.
on that. And
Yes.
you've got to forget all the other noise. And
Yes.
that means you take 10 pauses in 1 week
Mhm.
and you get something done that's awesome and amazing. Well, that's success, in my
Yeah.
opinion, you
Yes.
know.
Yes, it is. Yes,
And
it
I
is.
think with social media, especially, we all should be taking healthy breaks from it because it can
Yes.
be very overwhelming, especially when there's global events going on.
Yes.
And when you're
Yeah.
trying to do business and you're being bombarded with all kinds of different topics and everybody's kind of going back and forth, that can overwhelm people. So,
And I think I mean, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I think you hit right on it. Don't be distracted by world events. You can't do anything anyways. Just keep your nose to the grindstone and make sure you make money to pay your bills. Because those people that are playing their game, it's all a political game, anyways. They're billionaires. They don't care about us. We have to care about ourselves and we have to protect ourselves. It's almost like a time of war now where they keep throwing things at us. Now they have data centers coming to Canada. I mean, what's that all about? What do we need these data centers for? You know? So it's every single day we're being tossed something so foolish. We don't need it, but they're going to shove it down our throats. So we have to learn to ignore it. We can fight it in our own way, but just to ignore a lot of stuff because it really
well, you
is.
have to be adaptable, right? You have to be
That's the
willing
other
to
thing too.
adapt
Yeah.
and find another way. And
Yes,
that is business. It's a tennis match of problem solving.
it
So
is. I
for
love
every
that.
problem that you solve,
Yeah.
10 more are going to come, and
Yeah.
you better be ready because that's what it
Yeah.
is. It's going to be back and forth, back and forth, back and forth,
Yeah.
right? And if
Yes.
people come into it and they're thinking that, well, I get to do this and I get this free time and that, and I'm going to make so much money and everything else. And maybe you are going to one day, but you've got to build that and you've got to get there. But in the meantime, you have to be able to create balance and pause and ignore
Yes. Yes.
distractions.
Yes.
And
Yes.
social media is really, really good for it's a
Distraction.
good distraction. Yes, exactly. So
Don't
if you're
get caught up
using
with
it
it,
for
guys.
business,
Yeah, it's not good
use
for
the
business
social media
necessarily.
planner.
Yeah, yeah. Just take it easy, guys. Don't get distracted and don't get hooked on social media. Don't get hooked on it.
No.
Now, your life is outside of that, right?
Use a
Go,
content planner. That's the best thing you can do. So if you've got 5 different pages and you're
mm-hmm.
going on there for social media and you don't want to get sucked down a rabbit hole
Yeah,
online, use
yeah.
a content planner. You say,
Mm-hmm.
okay, today's Monday. Monday, I'm going to pull my planner out. I'm doing 2 posts here, 2 posts here, a post there, and a post there. I
Yeah.
can cross link here, here, and here
Mhm.
and
Yeah,
stay on target. It is so
exactly.
easy to get pulled
Oh, yes.
into all kinds of different things
Oh,
online.
yes. Oh, yes.
So,
Oh, yeah.
and set boundaries.
Yeah.
I shut it all off after 9 p.m. I don't answer social media
Mm-hmm.
messages or, it's very rare.
Yeah.
So you've
Yeah.
got to be somebody who has a good amount of discipline
I
always.
think, yeah, discipline is very, very important. So we're just going to wrap this up today. It's been a great topic
Yeah.
because social media is basically discipline, reaching out to people, and think about people as people, right? And go on YouTube to find out how to use Facebook, the best way of doing it, or just listen to our own video here, or watch us on our pages, what we're doing with our own pages. I mean, I've got probably 30 pages on Facebook, pages and businesses and groups, that I was trying to help all these landlords, and Amanda has her groups. So everyone, I'm going to say goodbye for now. It's Maria Recruit from realwealthrealestate.com and realwealthradio.ca. Amanda and I have 2 shows every week on Friday and Sunday. Friday, we have it at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Truth for Change. And then on Sunday, we have Magnetic Minds, where we talk about publishing. And that's at 12 noon every Sunday, Eastern Standard Time. So please join us. Come here. Bring your friends. That's what we're all about, business renegades. And Amanda, how can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so you guys can get a hold of me at
Okay.
magnetic-publishing.ca,
Yeah.
Or you can get a hold of me at magneticpublishing2023@gmail.com.
You can get in touch with me at landlordbootcamp@gmail.com. Makes it easier rather than the other one. So we'll see you later. We'll see you next week, everyone. Bye. Bye-bye.